Hi there, this is Julian Lage, and I'm here today to talk to you about a song of mine. It's called The Ramble. It's from a new record I have out called Modern Lore, and it's a song that I originally wrote for another project I have with Chris Eldridge, one of the great acoustic American guitar players. We needed a song that was fast. We needed all these kind of qualities to be a part of it. It had to be easy to solo on, easy to learn, and kind of a good opener. And I set about writing it, and came together kind of quickly. I'd say probably in an hour or so of just kind of throwing some ideas down. And I remember bringing it to that record and realizing that we absolutely had no need for it, and it was, one too many songs for the record. So I kind of kept it in my back pocket. Um, when making Modern Lore, we needed that same song, so I revisited it, and I kind of got excited about it again. So to just give you a sense of the tune, it's built around a bass figure, and the bass figure goes like this. That's the figure. Uh, what happens when we recorded it and when we play is that that takes on some variations. One variation is something like this. So ostensibly taking the lower register of the guitar in the key of E and playing with the rhythms, playing with syncopation, playing with any note within the blues scale or E Mixolydian or anything like that. So that in and of itself is kind of a launching pad. With that in place, the bass takes it over, and I begin a theme, and the basic theme is this. That's the basic theme. In the style of a blues, like I said, this is a song I had to write that felt quick and easy to learn. So I wanted to use a vocabulary that was familiar to Chris and also to the trio now. I just moved that theme up to the 4 chord, like a traditional blues. So the next part would be back to the 1. Now, instead of going to the 5 chord and then the 4 chord or a 2 to a 5 to a 1 like a blues or a jazz, style or jazz arranged blues, um, what we have in this song is kind of like I guess it's just a rhythmic figure. It's kind of like a chordal riff, so to speak. And it goes like this. It's all syncopated. It's and then at that point you go. So you return to the original material, the bass line where the song kind of started from. With a song like this, the priority is for it to feel like you can't really mess it up. And that's a quality that I admire in a lot of songs that I've played and also wish to write myself. And what I mean by that is it's a song where if you play a solo or a embellishment or a variation on the song that's in the key, great. If you play in a tonal approach or something that's maybe more advanced or more unusual and orthodox, great. It's kind of like a song that you can interact with, not one that you either play correctly or incorrectly. And I think that's just something I've always been drawn to, and this is a piece that fulfills that role in our live show or on the record. Um, because the song is pretty short, we tend to play many choruses of this. And so we play the head, and then it'll be a guitar solo for a while, and then after that goes down, we decided to move the whole thing to a different key because of all the things I just said. How it's so simple, and you can kind of just mess around with it. It works all over the guitar. So the way this kind of evolved in terms of the evolution of the song is that as soon as the guitar solo finishes, we do this big strumming thing and we get to the key of G, just a minor third up from E. And I'll play you the figure in G to give you an example of that. Now, what I think is cool about that, and something I've stolen from a lot of my favorite music that does this, is that if you have a song that's, let's say, 5 minutes long, if you spend the first 3 minutes in one key, and then at the 2 minute mark you move to a different key, it's almost a way of resetting the flow. And especially if you're using the same material, it can be a way to kind of revitalize the song, give you some more life, allow you to go another 6 minutes, another 7 minutes, if you just kind of keep moving it around in a modular way. In the case of the recording of the song on Modern Lore, we get to the key of G, we do the melody, and we end it. So it's kind of like a tease. And one of the reasons for that was that the next song, a song called Atlantic Limited, is a slower version of that riff in the key of G. And it's an evolution. So you can think of it as a two-movement, kind of 1-2 punch. And even if they're not together, let's say on a record or in a live show, those two share, they're sympathetic pieces to one another.